Hi everyone, our group are really excited to present our business proposal called Parathé. Our venture focuses on producing gluten-free almond flour paratha. Together with my fellow teammates shown on the slide, today we will be walking you through our business plan for Parathé. And I'm going to introduce our business for you. Our company name is called Parathé. It's a food tech company which focuses on manufacturing and distributing gluten-free paratha that is made from almond flour. We are ready to cook frozen paratha, which provides a convenient meal solution for those people who are health conscious, gluten intolerant, or following a low carbohydrate diet such as keto. The paratha will be manufactured in a controlled production facility to ensure consistent quality, food safety, and compliance with halal and food hygiene standards. Unlike existing gluten-free alternatives that often suffer a dry or greedy texture, our company uses a proprietary blend of almond flour and natural binders to replicate the soft texture of a traditional paratha. I think our business is highly viable in recent years due to a higher demand in the healthier food alternatives. As consumers are more aware of their dietary-related health issues, which causes an increasing shift towards gluten-free, low-carbohydrate, and plant-based products. Almond flour paratha offers a nutritious alternative, higher in protein, healthy fats, and lower in carbohydrate. In Malaysia, the availability of gluten-free stable food is limited, creating a significant market gap that our company can fill. By offering a familiar food item such as paratha in a healthier gluten-free form, the business can attract both niche consumers and mainstream consumers seeking better dietary choices. Furthermore, the company has the potential to achieve sustainable growth and profitability. Therefore, the proposed gluten-free almond flour paratha manufacturing business is promising and viable venture in the current economic environment.
Hi, my name is Nur Hazira binti Nurul Fitri, matrix number 24002894, and today I will be explaining the importance of managerial accounting in supporting the success and sustainability of our proposed gluten-free paratha manufacturing business. First, managerial accounting plays a key role in helping management with planning, decision-making, cost control, pricing, and performance evaluation. Since food manufacturing involves high cost and operational risk, managerial accounting provides both financial and non-financial information to ensure the business is managed efficiently and sustainably. Next, in terms of planning and decision-making, managerial accounting helps management analyze production costs. This includes direct materials such as almond flour, eggs, oil, sugar, salt, and water, which make up the main cost per unit. It also evaluates direct labor costs based on labor hours to estimate monthly labor expenses and production capacity. In addition, manufacturing overheads such as utilities, machinery, freezers, and motor vehicles are budgeted and allocated properly. With this information, management can determine the selling price, profit margin, break-even point, and overall feasibility of the business. Moving on to industry factors, the gluten-free and health-focused food industry is growing steadily due to increased awareness of health issues like gluten intolerance, diabetes, and obesity. Even though the economy may fluctuate, food remains a basic necessity, especially health-oriented products. In Malaysia, the limited availability of local gluten-free staple foods such as paratha creates a strong market opportunity. So, managerial accounting supports the analysis of industry costs, pricing trends, and demand patterns to ensure competitiveness. In terms of competitive position, the main competitors are imported gluten-free frozen foods, specialty health brands, and cafes offering gluten-free options. However, imported products are usually more expensive due to logistics and import costs, while local gluten-free paratha options are limited. Managerial accounting allows management to compare costs and offer a competitive, high-quality, and halal-certified product that suits local taste preferences. Next, regarding the target market, the primary customers are health-conscious individuals, people with gluten intolerance, and those following low-carbohydrate or keto diets, while secondary customers include supermarkets, health food stores, and cafes. Managerial accounting helps forecast demand, estimate sales volume, and identify the most profitable distribution channels. Lastly, several risks must be managed, such as fluctuating almond flour prices, rising labor and utility costs, machine breakdowns, freezer failures, and food safety or halal compliance issues. Managerial accounting tools like budgeting, variance analysis, and break-even analysis help management identify these risks early and minimize potential losses. It also supports effective inventory control and freezer management to prevent spoilage. Finally, other factors that contribute to long-term business success include effective cost control, consistent product quality, and efficient inventory management. Since the product is frozen, proper freezer management and stock rotation are essential to prevent spoilage and unnecessary storage costs. Managerial accounting supports operational efficiency, capacity planning, and ensures the sustainability of the business.
Hi everyone, my name is Aimina Jiha binti Jamaluddin. My matrix number is 24002876. So now I will explain our initial capitals for our business. So first, the largest portion of our initial capital is for purchasing essential equipment, which costs about 120 ringgit. This includes freezers, dough mixers, dough rounders, dough fladders, packing machines, and also a motor vehicle for distribution. These assets are very important because without them, the production cannot start. So they are considered long-term investment that will support our business operation for many years. So next, we need working capital of 18,000 ringgit to cover our initial operating expenses. So this includes the purchase of premium almond flour, payment for the workers, manufacturing overheads such as utilities, and selling and administrative expenses. So even before we make our first sale, these costs must be paid to ensure smooth production and operations. So the third component is the minimum cash balance of 6,000 ringgit. So this amount acts as a safety buffer to maintain liquidity and handle any unexpected expenses. It helps ensure the business remains financially stable and does not face cash flow problems in the early stage. In conclusion, the total initial capital required to start our gluten-free almond flour paratha business is about 145 ringgit. So this amount ensures that we can purchase all the necessary equipment, sustain our initial production and operating costs, and also to maintain sufficient cash for financial stability without relying immediate borrowing. For our gluten-free paratha manufacturing business, the budgetary process used is participative budgeting. So this means the manager and operational staff from key departments such as production, procurement, quality control, and marketing are directly involved in preparing the budget. So this approach is suitable because food manufacturing depends heavily on accurate estimation of costs such as raw materials, labor, utilities, machinery usage, and cold storage. Participative budgeting is appropriate because it allows more accurate cost estimation. Staff who work directly in production and operation understand the real cost of almond flour, labor hours, utilities, machinery usage, and freezer operations. The involvement ensures the budget reflects actual operating conditions instead of assumptions. Input from production staff helps in preparing a more realistic production budget, so they can estimate how many paratha can be produced, how much machine time is required, how much freezer space is available, and how many labor hours are needed per unit. So this reduces the risk of underestimating or overestimating the production cost. Procurement staff play an important role by providing accurate forecasts for direct material costs, especially premium almond flour, which is subject to price volatility. The involvement helps prevent underestimation of material costs and ensures a more reliable direct material budget. Marketing and sales teams contribute by sharing insights on customer demand, especially from supermarkets and cafes. This improves the accuracy of the sales budget, which is very important because the sales budget is the starting point for all the other budgets. So a reliable sales budget leads to a better planning of the supporting budgets such as the cash budgets, overhead budget, and direct material budgets. As a result, the master budgets become more realistic, well coordinated, and easier to implement. When employees are involved in preparing the budget, they feel more responsible and motivated to achieve it. So this increases accountability and improves cost control because they are more committed to meeting targets that they help to set. In conclusion, participative budgeting ensures that our master budget is realistic, accurate, and well coordinated. It also increases employee motivation and accountability. Most importantly, it aligns with our company's objective to produce high-quality, halal-certified, gluten-free paratha in a competitive and growing health food market.
Hello everyone, my name is Amy Patricia binti Amran and my matrix number is 240000652, and now I'll talk about how the influence of big data analytics on our budgetary process. So first, big data analytics strengthens financial planning and forecasting by enhancing accuracy of financial planning and forecasting. BDA uses historical data, customer purchasing patterns, and market demand trends. As a result, BDA enables management to prepare more reliable sales forecasts. Next, improve sales and master budget alignment. This is because sales budget forms the foundation of the master budget. Therefore, by having accurate forecasts, it aligns the production, purchasing, and inventory budgets, which can reduce the risk of overproduction and stock shortage. Then, BDA enhanced cost budgeting efficiency by providing insights into cost behavior and price fluctuations, which can help to manage volatile raw material costs such as almond flour. Furthermore, it supports more accurate cost planning. And next, more accurate budget assumptions. BDA analyzes supplier data, labor usage, and utility consumption in order to improve overall preparation of direct material, direct labor, and also overhead budgets, which can lead to a better cost control. Lastly, Big Data Analytics strengthens budgetary control. It enables real-time monitoring of actual performance against budgeted figures, improves the efficiency of variance analysis, and allows early corrective actions such as adjusting production levels or revising budgets. Overall, BDA improves financial planning and analysis system by strengthening planning, control, and also decision-making. This ensures effective resource distribution and contributes to the long-term viability and profitability of our business.
Good day to Dr. Eileen. My name is Azalia Nabila binti Abadi. My metric number is 24002903. In this session, me and Fatim will be presenting about our company master budget, which consists of two parts, which is the operating budget and the financial budget. First and foremost, the sales budget was prepared. We derived at the total revenue for each month by multiplying the budgeted sales unit with the selling price per unit, which is RM3.60. Next, for the cash receipt budget, we created a policy in which 70% of the sale will be collected in the month of sales and the remaining 30% will be collected for the next month. Here is the cash receipt budget for January until June. Moving on to July to December, we still use the same policy. Next, for the production budget, our company has said that 20% of the following month's unit sales will be the current month's desired ending inventory, which then also become the beginning inventory for the next month. Due to this, we have budgeted for the upcoming January sales to be 80,700 units to plan the desired ending inventory for December. Moreover, for the direct material budget, we calculated that the material per unit is 0.057 kg, consisting of almond flour, sugar, salt, and oil. We also have said that the desired ending inventory in this budget is 10% of the following month's production needs. To continue, the direct material budget was prepared for July until December. Next, the cash disbursement budget. We compute the total cash payment by multiplying the amount of material to be purchased with the cost per unit, which is RM21.93. Half of the month's purchase are paid in the month of purchase and the other half is paid in the following month. To continue, this is the direct labor budget from July to December. Then, here is the direct labor budget. Each unit requires 0.03 hours of direct labor hours to produce, and the average rate per hour is RM8.33. To continue, this is the direct labor budget from July to December.
Assalamualaikum and greetings everyone. My name is Fatin Erikatika binti Zaidi and my metric number is 24003201. So here I will continue with the overhead budget. This is our overhead cost that we consider from January until June. So continue with July until December. Here we can see our rent and insurance remain constant for the year. Next, this is our selling and administrative budget from January until June. So continue with selling and administrative budget from July until December. We consider the variable S&A rate for 0.06 and the fixed S&A expenses is RM50 for the year. Be mindful here that the non-cash expenses are our depreciation expenses that remains constant for RM700 per month. So next, this is our cash budget from January until June. Since this is our new business, there is no beginning cash balance, but we do invest for this business for RM60,000. On January, we are facing deficit in cash, so we made a loan for RM26,000. And on March, our company able to pay back the loan and its interest, which is cost about RM26,390. So this is the extension of cash budget for July until December, and at the end of the year, it shows our cash is RM233,270.46. Next, this is the COGM budget from January until June. For the material purchase, we just took from the cash disbursement budget. Then, the ending material inventory is the desired ending inventory from direct material budget times with RM21.93, which is the direct material cost. Please note that our production cycle is short enough so there is no work in process. So this is the extension of the COGM budget for July until December. Next, let's move on to the COGS budget. This is from January until June. We refer back to the production budget to know the beginning and ending finished good inventory. Please note that our production cost per unit is RM2.25. This can be proved by COGM divided by units to be produced in production budget. So this is the extension of COGS budget for July until December. Hence, our total COGS for a year is equals to RM470,230.87. And this figure, we will put it inside our budgeted income statement later on. So here our budgeted income statement. As we can see, our company able to generate income for RM268,639.13. And finally, this is our budgeted balance sheets. Please note that the account receivable we just took from the cash receipt budget for the December, and meanwhile the account payable we just took from the cash disbursement budget for December. So as a result, we do have a balance which is RM340,690.43. So that's all from me and Nabila. Next, I will pass to the next presenter to present our last question.
Now, I will talk about the implementation of activity-based costing. So, our business plans to implement activity-based costing, or ABC, to improve the accuracy of overhead cost allocation. Under the current traditional costing system, overheads are allocated using a single volume-based measure, which may cause cost distortion when products consume resources at different rates. Therefore, ABC provides a more accurate approach by linking costs to the activities that drive them. The total overhead cost for the year is RM159,555 based on the overhead budget. These costs include indirect labor, indirect materials, utilities, rent, insurance, and machine maintenance. Under ABC, these overheads are not treated as one single pool, but are analyzed and grouped according to activities within the production process to reflect how resources are actually consumed in the production. To implement ABC, overhead costs are divided into several activity cost pools, including machine setup, machine processing, material handling, quality inspection, and factory support. Based on management estimates, overheads are assigned to each activity pool in proportion to their resource usage. Each activity cost pool is then assigned an appropriate cost driver. Machine setup costs are driven by the number of setups, machine processing and factory support cost by machine hours, material handling cost by the number of material movements, and quality inspection cost by the number of inspections. Next, the expected activity levels for the coming year are estimated based on production plans and operational forecasts. These include the expected number of machine setups, total machine hours, material movements, and inspections. Activity rates are then calculated by dividing the estimated cost of each activity by its expected activity level. This results in activity-based rates such as cost per setup, cost per machine hour, and cost per inspection. Finally, overhead costs are allocated to products based on their actual consumption of activities. This leads to more accurate product costing, improved cost control, and better pricing and product mix decisions, making ABC beneficial despite its higher data requirements. That's all from us. Thank you for your attention.